A lot of times what we hear preached in the world, preached by people who claim to be Christians, is a prosperity gospel. And what I mean by that is this notion that as a believer, as a follower of Christ, if you live the right life with the Lord, you are going to be prosperous. Everything in your life is going to go the right way. We sometimes call that a theology of glory. This is the idea that as a believer, everything is going to just be wonderful. No problems, no troubles, no heartaches, no sorrows. Theology of glory. That's what often gets preached. And it gets preached so often that maybe you and I pick it up when we don't even realize it. And we start to think to ourselves, where's the glory? Where's the prosperity in our lives? We think that because we're Christians, because we're followers of Christ, because we're trying to live the best lives that we can as believers, we should be blessed. And we should be blessed more than anyone else. And typically we think that way. We're thinking financially. We're thinking physically. We're thinking emotionally. That theology of glory. But what does Jesus, in fact, teach us? He says, we are going to live under a cross. He says, pick up your cross. He says you're going to be hated, despised by the world for being his follower. So what happens then when we don't get that prosperity, that glory that we think we deserve as followers of Christ? What happens when we struggle, maybe just to pay the bills? Or what happens when tragedy strikes our lives? Or when troubles linger? Physical, emotional, relationships. And it seems to us that maybe God doesn't care. Or maybe God is actually blessing the unbeliever more than he's blessing us. You see, we too can get confronted with those questions. Jesus, are you the one? Or should we expect another? Jesus, are you really the truth, the way, and the life? Or should we expect another? Questions that assail us. Questions that maybe come into our hearts, into our minds, that may actually attack our faith, though, doesn't mean we've lost our faith. It doesn't mean that somehow we are less of a Christian. When we have those kinds of questions in our hearts, we need to do exactly the same thing that John did. Go to Jesus. For us, it's go to Jesus in prayer, go to Jesus, to his word.